Hi Grumps. Right, so I thought I'd try something new this week. A bit of an experiment. You know, get down with the kids, blend in. Because apparently I've become that dad, the confused one. The bloke who says TikTok like it's a disease. So, as an experiment, I decided foolishly to use Gen Z slang in real life. Just to see if it actually works outside of my own mind. And a bit of a spoiler, it wasn't pretty. But here's how it played out. So my son says this stuff all the time. 6'7", Rizz, no cap, you know the stuff. He sounds like a malfunctioning robot with confidence issues. Not so much artificial intelligence, but more alternative intelligence. So I thought, how hard can it be? I've learned phrases before. I survived the 80s. Like I've said before on other videos, I used wicked unironically. I even dabbled with cool beans in my 20s. I'm thinking, I was built for this, until it turns out I wasn't. So I started simple. I went to my local coffee shop and the barista starts making general chit-chat. Just the sort of thing I hate. Anyway, he says, how's your day been? So I took the opportunity and I said, bussin' mate. He looked up from his steaming milk suddenly and then he said, sorry, did you say your bus was late? I panicked a little bit and I said, nah, it's just watermelon sugar, innit? And then there was this silence. Honestly, he looked genuinely concerned, like he was about to call for help. I could see the worry in his face, like maybe I was having a stroke or something, so I quickly ended up pretending it was a new vegan drink by saying, yeah, can I get an oat latte with watermelon sugar, please? He did look a little bit calmer after that, but no less perplexed. He said, we only do brown or white. So I said, I'll have brown then, please. So that went well. But me being a glutton for punishment, I then tried it at work, which was a big mistake. I told my colleague his presentation had Rizz, and he said, well, do you think you could have done any better? I went, no, mate, it means charisma. He said, oh, well, why are you talking like a 12-year-old then? And he had a point. It's hard to recover from that, really, isn't it? Especially when you've just complimented a grown man using words that sound like rejected nursery school phrases. So all in all, the day wasn't going too well, but not one to give up. Later that evening, I tried it on my wife. We're sitting there watching TV and I said, you look very 6'7" tonight, sweetheart. Well, the look she gave me. She just stared at me like I'd given her the biggest insult ever. She said, what's that supposed to bloody mean? I thought I was a 9 to you. I didn't really think that one through, did I? I had to put this right or it would be the cold shoulder for the rest of the night. So I said, it means you're cool, I think. She said, you think? I went, yeah, no cap. She said, stop talking. So I thought about it. Then I stopped talking. That's romance dead then. A few days later, I'm still in the doghouse, so, like all men that are in their wives' bad books, I do the only logical thing. I go and meet a mate down the pub. Anyway, he asks how life's going, and I say, oh mate, it's been a bit skibidi lately. And he says, oh really? Have you been to the doctors about it? I'm like, no, it's like a thing online, don't worry, you wouldn't get it. And he went, good. So then trying to recover, I said, anyway, this pint's proper, no cap. And he said, you're drunk, aren't you? I think by that time he was probably right. So after 3 days of humiliation, I realised something. Slang only works if you've got the right face for it. When a teenager says it, it sounds ironic and confident. When I say it, it sounds like an old man trying to impress the youth before they put me in a care home. My son uses slang like punctuation, while I use it like a cry for help. So, lesson learned, I'm officially retiring from slang. It's not for me. From now on, I'm sticking to words I understand, like tea, afternoon nap, and leave me alone. But if you ever hear me in public saying 6'7", Rizz, or Skibidi, just know I've finally lost it. No cap. If you've enjoyed this video, leave me a like, and why not subscribe if you haven't already for more of the same. Let me know in the comments below if you're going through the same pain with your teenager. Later, Grumps.